In real estate, we know the importance of asking for referrals. If you are not out there trying to get referrals, you can pretty well close up shop right now because they are extremely important in real estate. Today, we are going to learn one referral that you may not be asking for. Stick around. Hello and welcome back. My name is Michael Montgomery with Rev Real Estate School. Today we are talking about referrals. Most real estate agents will depend on them for the entirety of their career. Most of us have anywhere from 90, 95, I've even heard 99, I even heard 100% of business comes from past clients and referrals. This is not something that we want to play around with. This is an area that can be a huge source of income for us. But it's also a challenge. Oftentimes with real estate agents, we don't want to ask for that referral. It can feel a little bit uncomfortable, or we don't know when to ask for the referral. First off, should we ask for the referral? The thing about that is there is a nice way of going about doing it that doesn't make the person feel uncomfortable, the recipient, but we also need to understand that this is just part of our career. So is it uncomfortable to ask for a referral? It can be because we're scared of rejection. However, it doesn't have to be, and it's extremely important to our business. So one of the main referrals that most people know about is when a buyer closes on a transaction. This is a perfect time to do it, right? Buyer's excited, they've got their keys, they're all ready to rock and roll, they're telling everybody about their new home, they're having a housewarming party. This is the time to ask buyers if they have anybody that they know that could potentially use some real estate advice. And that's typically the wording that I would use. In the description below, we will link up the exact template that I use when I am asking for a referral from a buyer. Another opportune time though is sellers. But I find with sellers, as you start to approach closing, it can start to get a little stressful for them. They're moving, they're packing everything up. Now, if the sellers are moving and buying, it can be really exciting, but if they're moving and then they're potentially moving to a different city or something like that, then once they've actually moved and asking for the referral, still a great time, still highly recommend doing it. However, the likelihood of you getting one might be a little bit lower if they're in a different city, or if they're in a different area, or if they've done something different for reasons, who knows why, that they've actually sold their home and moved on to something else. So how can we go about asking for a referral from a seller if they're in one of those circumstances where they're not moving and really excited about getting into the next place? The best time that I've found is once the deal goes firm. So once the buyer has waived their conditions and satisfied their conditions, it's an awesome time to reach out to sellers. Reason being is when this buyer waives their conditions is usually when the seller can then relax. They're excited, the sold sign goes up, they're talking to their neighbors and friends and they're saying, yes, the sale is done. Of course, they do have to wait to possession. Anything can happen in between that time, but usually after conditions have been waived is when sellers can finally relax. And that is where the excitement really starts to set in. That's why I find that's the best time to ask sellers if they know of anybody who needs any real estate advice. For buyers, yes, it's always great to ask when they do remove conditions, but then upon closing is oftentimes when they're seeing more people, right? They're having housewarming parties and that sort of thing. So that's why I love that time for buyers. But for sellers, depending on the circumstance, then after conditions have been removed is an amazing time to ask for a referral. Let me know in the comments below, when do you ask for a referral? And do you have anything that do you have a certain script that you use in order to ask for a referral? Let me know. Thank you very much for watching this. We'll catch you in the next video.